Stop.
Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Ironsblood. It's been a little bit since our last encounter, but...
Do we have an opening?
No.
Damn it. E-bottom.
The only opening is going to be the one in your skull.
Yeah,
oh,
probably.
Frowny face. Frowny.
But, last time we were here, you all have made it to the other side of the mountain ranges on the island of Ironsblood. Meeting up back again with your companion, Gwen, and a newfound friend in Crom. You guys have been traveling for a little bit now, on the deserty, weird, magical side of Ironsblood. After a terrible, terrible blizzard that had blown through the area, you all had come across a small little temple of sorts after a long day's worth journey, where many of you are very exhausted still. You go into this place, seeing that there's lights on inside. And as you walk in, you realize that someone's been living here for a little bit. And you all hear sounds of cluttering and smashing of metal on the ground as you turn around and look at this very tall looking bird-like creature. Hands still out, the eyes wide as they all stare at you, frozen in place. What do you all do?
I think
Greg.
in a moment of pause, Tootsie kind of just walks forward and kind of looks up at, kind of trying to make sure that she isn't hallucinating. Kind of with her palm just smack on his chest.
It has a U at the end.
B-O-U.
Nods.
Different. I like it. Tootsie!
Yes.
I want to say this next line. Is this this a sibling of yours?
Well, he's the closest to a brother that I have. Yes, we were both, we both hatched together. Both were raised together, and he knows my family very well.
I see. But not related by blood.
No.
She still has a chance. Okay.
What are you on about? Do you see her kind of
Oh,
like...
he's just going to smack Greg across the shoulder.
Are we?
Her
Not the time,
expression
Greg.
changed
I
from
jest.
like, what?
I only jest. I lie.
I whisper in Greg's ear. Wait, am I there?
Yeah, you're all here.
Yeah.
This is right after you guys have gotten out of the blizzard, and you guys are still very exhausted, still very cold, and you've just suddenly met this bird.
I tap on Greg's arm and tell him to like lower down to his height.
Greg just slowly bends over to his height.
I think she's into female birds.
Oh! But aren't the female ones the ugliest?
Don't judge people on their looks.
I'm not,
also
I'm just...
judge.
It's just how bird analogy works. I don't know
As-
if it's the same.
As
Female
that
the
conversation
ugliest says.
As that conversation goes on, Bo gets back up, and again, it is an odd disparity between Tootsie, who's like 5'2", and Bo, who is like 6'4". But he goes back
Oh,
over
is
to...
Tootsie the runt?
He is abnormally large. But he runs back over to where he dropped all of his tools and stuff and just starts like meticulously like picking them back up.
Tootsie's gonna go and help.
gets all of his stuff and kind of like waddles past everyone over by to where like the bed sheet was and places them all down. You guys can see around the area that there is, for what probably has been a short amount of time, is a lot of mechanical tools, pieces of armor, not so much weaponry, but just crafting materials. Like, they are all over the place.
He is quite messy when he is alone.
I see.
It is organized to me.
Yes, that is what you've told me. Yes.
It doesn't look very organized.
He has his own way of organizing things.
I mean, if he knows where it is, I count that as organized.
I do too.
Damien kind of swings up over to you, let's see, and he goes, "This is your friend, right?"
Mm-hmm. He is a ingenious inventor from our island and one of the tallest people I've ever met.
Looks just slightly over at Greg. And looks back.
Second tallest person I've ever met.
I was gonna say I would have felt very insulted.
I'm glad you found him then, because that's who you've been looking for, right?
Mm-hmm. I had a hunch he would be on this island since of all of the interesting stuff that's been happening. He tends to go into shiny things.
Shiny is not the only thing I like.
Jack raises his hand.
Yeah.
I also get distracted easily.
Jack, Greg raises his hand.
Yeah.
I do too.
I came here to learn.
But it is snowy. It's not really a great place to learn, no.
He just kind of motions over to the side of the wall. And over on the side, one of the first things you guys saw was this door with these weird, like, crystalline, like, semicircles plastered on the top of the door, one at the corners, or both corners, and two more on both the left and right side of the door. But he just goes, it was an interesting place, but I could not open the door.
I mean, we've had experiences with stuff like this, so we'll try to figure out how to open the door. Or, I mean, we have nowhere else to go anyway. It's a blizzard outside.
I want to hear about your journey. Why are you on the island?
Oh, is this a flashback episode? A recap episode?
No.
No?
At first, the moment he asked what your adventure was like, 1,000-yard stare for a moment before she kind of collects herself. Well, back at home, things were looking normal as ever, but I was sent here to help our goddess. She was in danger, apparently.
She talked to you?
Many times, yes.
See him like huff a little bit.
What? I didn't know she was going to contact me. I was just... The short and simple of it is that we've solved the problem, and she's okay now.
You growing up with Bo, you can tell he's a little jealous, but
Yeah. Little puffed feathers kind of
just ruffles a little bit. Just kind of
Trust me, it's the adventure that I've been on. Although one of excitement and one of fruitful friendships, is not exactly the one made for people who are soft, per se. You can kind of just see on her face, there's no physical wrinkles, but you can tell that she's like grown like 20 years throughout this journey. She's kind of just tired at this point.
just kind of looking over the whole party. Notices the cat standing on 2 feet.
Leave me out of this.
That's our mascot.
Okay, so now I'm just a mascot.
That's what you've always been.
You know what?
Did you...
Gwen just screaming, they're trying to turn me into a marketable plushie, help!
The fucking bird stares at Gwen. Gwen just stomps one of her feet at it. Just fucking...
It's either Gwen or Tootsie that's the marketable plushie, so.
Now
gotta
here's
choose.
the question. Since they are birds and Gwen is a cat, is Gwen chirping?
Yeah, it's Gwen chirping. That is a good question. Is Gwen going?
I mean, owls are predator birds, and they're 10 times bigger than cats.
Oh, yeah,
Cats will
so
still chirp at it.
Yeah, they will.
they will. They will step up. Like, yeah, you're like twice my size. Nah, I'd win though.
No, you're twice my size. You can pick me up and take me away, but
I'd win.
I'd win. They did not win. Mittens was never seen again.
There is just a curious look about being like, I didn't know cats could walk on 2 feet.
I didn't know about that about birds either.
Wait, what?
Where we're from, well, where they're
Wait.
from, it's not really normal for birds to
I never knew birds were
walk.
real.
Like
I thought they were a government conspiracy.
Well, I mean, birds walk on 2 feet.
Yeah.
What do you mean they fly?
Standard like
They
ants
can
are
walk.
walking on 2 feet.
I
I
thought.
don't know what, they fly with wings.
They have legs!
I thought.
In the forest.
Am I the?
Nick,
Am I the
there's
only one
no
that
way
thinks
you're
they're
just
just government?
finding out now that birds have legs.
Oh, I'm not, but Jack is.
Okay. Okay.
With Jack is.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Have you ever heard of a duck?
Sometimes-
Yeah, I've heard of a duck. What's about it? They stand on 2 feet. They what?
They what?
Technically speaking, it's two. Technically speaking, it's 2 webbed feet, but yeah.
Actually, to be statistically correct, they are talons.
Jesus.
Statistically, suck my fat nuts.
I think I'm just seeing go kind of like get curious about the cat and go like, I put my talon on his chest. Okay, we're going to introduce you to everyone, but I'm going to tell you something now. The cat has a radius of not going into that bubble. We do not go into that bubble.
Greg can confirm,
Tootsie gets it. Tootsie gets
but
it.
Greg can confirm, but Greg also does not care.
The only person
I
allowed
did
in
not-
that bubble is the mental one.
I did not want to get close to the X anyway.
Wait until you see where the cat has catnip.
A
The cat is
scared
also
but
scary when it has
slightly
DNA.
interested look appears on Bo.
No.
Lyra, do we have any weed for Gwen?
Wouldn't that
Do we-
wouldn't that be in like the oh god, what's the pouch called? The ration pouch?
Yeah.
I mean, the
No,
tea
you
that-
do not
have
have
any- do we
weed
have any-
in your ration pouch.
Come
Yeah.
on, weed ration.
What about in spices and
Weed
herbs?
ration.
I have a herbalism kit.
Oh my god.
Jack
You put
Jack
catnip in an herbalism kit.
Jack is a druid, so statistically speaking, he would definitely smoke weed.
Oh my god.
He wouldn't smoke catnip though.
You
I don't know.
could.
Have you tried it?
Have you tried it?
I don't think we want that question answered.
Oh, that's so Kendrick.
Okay.
No, I just wanted that on the internet because it's funny.
Jesus Christ.
That's funny.
The bow looks to you, Tootsie, expecting to be introduced.
Okay, well, let us start with the way I got introduced to them. She would walk up to Greg. This is Greg.
Hello.
He
I play
used
music.
to hit things with a very big stick. But
Greg is gonna look down on Tootsie like stick.
she's like mentioning your javelin. She didn't know what it
No,
was.
this is called a glaive, a warrior's weapon. Get it right next time.
Right. But
He's my
now
baby.
He mainly just plays music.
And I hit things.
And he hits things.
Dumbass.
And he hits things. Very, very good hitting.
Very
things.
hard.
He walks over to Jackson. This is Jackson. He's going to
Hi.
be as lost as you, naturally, but I think he
What?
wins in that
What
department.
the? It's kind of fucked up, dude.
But I'm right here.
But right here. He is very magical in nature and speaks to trees as well.
I can also. You want to see something cool else I can do with magic?
Don't turn into a
dude.
fish,
Oh god, he's gonna do a thing.
Jackson.
I want to
mean-
teleport into my portal.
God
Oh.
damn it.
I honestly thought he was gonna polymorph one of us.
Jack
was gonna
takes a
polymorph
step
into an owl.
backward
Yeah, I could.
and disappears.
Damn it.
Actually, now here's my question. I do have exhaustion level 3,
You do.
so would that do anything?
Forget about that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, many of you have exhaustion levels. At least one, I believe. I know Aegis and Jack, I think, were the highest, but...
I didn't get one, I don't think.
Does the cat? I'm missing something here. What happened?
I don't think
Blizzard.
you were there.
There
Yeah,
was
there
a
was a
big blizzard, and there was a lot of exhaustion levels given.
Yeah. You know, the one stat that is never used. Till now.
Oh well.
One's fine.
No, Nick, it doesn't do anything. You've been practicing this often enough, but still doing it takes just a lot out of you.
The reason why I asked is because the level 3's disadvantage on attack and saving rolls, and I know that would be all constitute into action, so that's why I thought I'd ask.
Nope, you have disappeared into your normal world.
Is it any warmer in there?
Agreed. That is a good question.
It is a kind of baseline temp. It's not warm by any means, but it's also not cold. You are...
Well, if it's not negative 34, I think it's warm.
It's... Well, I mean, you were just next to a fire. There has been a fire softly going
Oh yeah,
in
that's
that
right.
room.
We did have a fire. That's right. Yeah, okay.
Um,
Alright,
You
I'm
back
coming out
up
of my
and
portal
step
now.
into a
I'm
freezer.
getting out of my portal now.
Okay, and Jackson apparates back into the place he was.
That is a normal occurrence. Do not panic. He did not fade from existence. He
Can I do
just...
Bo
something-
is,
Can I do something else? That's
Bo
funny?
is just like mind blown. He's so
trust me.
confused.
Trust me, it's about to get even better. I'm gonna use
Oh,
telepathy.
Oh god damn it, not this.
What do
That's
you
not
say
else
him?
I can do.
Nightmare,
Is that
nightmare,
what you say
nightmare,
to
nightmare,
him?
nightmare.
Yeah, that's not also. That's not. Holy cow! That's not
God damn!
Jack, did I infect you? I hope not.
Okay.
He actively
Wonderful.
like gasps a
saying
little
that's
and
not-
like takes a step or two back.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
Oh, he did it
Okay,
to you,
that-
didn't he?
and then out of telepathy, what's wrong?
Okay.
No way you're gonna
Can't
guess
keep
that.
doing this.
This-
Jackson.
he's like actively like starting to like hyperventilate. He's like,
What'd I do?
I'm gonna smack Jack on the back of the head with my strong man hand.
Face planted by him doing so.
What?
I'm face planting by him doing so. I did not prepare for the attack.
My ears
Jackson, not
burn.
just speaking to people's minds.
Okay, moving on.
Bad Jackson. Bad Jackson.
It's more directed to Tootsie, but this happens a lot.
Yes, it does. It gets stranger with him, yes.
He's a horrible person.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You wouldn't believe me if I
I'm
told
sorry,
you
Jack,
his
I didn't mean
father
it.
figure was a tree.
I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't mean it.
What?
Both my
Oh.
face and my feelings are hurt.
His father figure is a talking tree.
It just looks at Jackson on the floor.
He may also be a bit schizo.
A bit?
Very.
Wait, you
There
guys
you
can hear that too?
You guys can hear that too? He's
the
trying to
ringing
make
in my
all of us
ear
schizo.
And then
You guys can't hear
telepathy,
the
I
ringing
just
in
talked
my
to
ear?
Greg. I'm in your head. I'm in your head. I'm in your head.
Can I make
Nightmare.
can I make Jack bite the curb?
You really want to?
I'm gonna force his head all over
Why is there a
over the
curve?
nurse.
He makes a curve out of rocks and then slams his teeth on it.
Exactly.
He just
I'm
picks
gonna-
a boulder.
I grab some random boulder. Oh yeah, you wanna play those games? Boy? Okay. Better be. Now say you're sorry.
Moving on.
I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Did I do that?
The one with the tail and the horn is Ellie. She punches things very hard. Very
And a lot.
similarly to Greg, but she knows how to punch things in precise areas.
I know how to punch things with fire.
Yeah.
I thought it was ice.
See him just like cover
Yes,
his feathers a
I-
little bit.
It could be anything I wanted it to be, but, you know.
I forget that sometimes.
Yeah. Plus I get wings. That's fun.
Me too! I forgot I could do that.
Yeah, you're welcome for that, by the way.
He's just kind of looking at you like,
All me.
I don't. He doesn't say anything, but he's. I'll tell you, he's thinking like, I don't see any like wing structure. Like what?
Show him.
You know what? Fuck it, fine. I'm just spitting the key point. And then do my fucking wings unfurled. So just fucking some big ass spectral wings just suddenly appear.
The absolute look of horror that this man is experiencing.
Greg
it's
plays
just
some
like-
very high action music just as they sprout out on tune.
And he's just like wide-eyed, like looking back between the wings, and Tootsie just being like, "What
You
the
remember-
fuck?"
You remember the books we used to read about lizards with wings? That's basically what she has the powers of.
Yep, that's this. Dragons are fun.
There's no
I
words.
also became a real one for a short time. That was fun.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Moving
thanks for
on.
that again. Anyway,
Just
Get
the
back to biting the curb, boy.
absolute bewilderment.
These two, first with the cat is Gwen, and with her robot companion.
No way, you
from...
wait. Oh, I thought you skipped over Jack.
No, I didn't.
I thought you said that was really funny.
This is Gwen and her robotic companion Crumb.
Hello.
Fucking it just stands there grumpily.
They're not very outgoing, as you can see.
He takes an odd look at Crom. Are you metal?
I'm a boiler, actually.
I'm 13.
Tootsie, you know him well enough to tell whenever his like mind flips into being from social to
artificer, like,
and actually like thinking. He's kind of forgotten about most of everyone now, except for Crom, where he just takes a second and you can see that look behind the eyes switch, and you can see him trying to exactly figure out how he was built.
We found him in a basement, cleaning.
That is not the first thing you should say. That is not the first. We found him in a basement. What?
We found him in a basement.
We stole him from his parents.
No offense, by the way. He was made by an evil scientist.
Just still, like, focusing on that and just, like, kind of turning to you just to, like, understand that he's kind of listening, but not really. It's a thing you've seen before.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, there he goes again. I think he is interested in your mechanics, Crumb.
Kind of looks down at himself. Just like, yeah, just starts like twisting at some of the screws on his arms. Just like, take a look.
Take a look.
He's very interested. He kind of waddles away for a second, rummages through some of the stuff, and he comes back out with a little like figurine almost, and he kind of waddles up and hands it to you, Crom. It's basically like a little robot, but it's definitely higher quality than what like a toy might be, but it's not on the same level as someone like you, for instance.
Oh, fascinating.
Goes, I made that a few months ago. It was very hard.
Just looking it over, I believe it is well crafted.
Kind of like ruffles in like an embarrassed way. He remembers something and looks over to Greg. You play music, yes? You said? Hello?
Big man!
Greg?
Sorry, my headset fucking died for a second.
Damn.
Rough.
Be like that.
Okay, what's up?
You play music, yes?
Yes, a lot of music. Good music. I can even play Rick Astley for you.
He's
No fucking way.
He kind of waddles over towards the door, and he goes up to one of these little crystalline semicircles next to it, and he hits it. And you hear this
a tune.
note play throughout.
Piano.
It's not. This just the note, but it just reverberates throughout the whole area.
All right. Well, Greg, I guess Greg's ears as he just peeks up.
He presses the other side. I think there is a combination, but I do not know music well enough.
Greg is just stretching his fingers like, okay, well, are there any hints?
Make an investigation check.
Gotcha.
I'm about to play Megalovania on this.
There are songs I could play, and there are too many good ones. Where the fuck is... There you are. So you said investigation?
Yeah, and anybody else
Roll
who
it,
would maybe want to
baby.
roll as well, you can.
I can do that.
12?
12, okay.
Can I give him the Alp action? So
If you want to, yeah.
I'll give you the help action to do that.
Alright, help action. 16?
A 16. 16 is better.
It is better.
Looking around this central room, it in itself is pretty small. From what you guys remember walking into the place seemed a lot bigger, but just this small little area doesn't seem like the rest of the building fits. Along the walls of this place, as the fire in the center kind of softly glowing, you can see like sketching and murals along the inside of the walls. And a lot of it is in elven nature.
Wow, okay.
A lot of it is
So...
telling parts of a story.
Okay, so then am I able to try and combine them into like a cohesive story?
You are.
Like... Oh no, I thought you meant that it was like jumbled up and it was trying to tell a story, but it was like there was like missing stuff about it.
The parts of it that you can see right now, from left to right, the whole wall, or the walls of this place, start with the beginning of the story, and then as it wraps around the rest of the room, it suddenly cuts off at the other end. Like, there's more to tell, but you just haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, well then can I ask if the beginning of the story is a bit more lighthearted? In like nature.
It is. The story itself is something you guys have all seen before. It's the Shattering.
Oh, okay. So then I've got an idea. So Greg is going to go over to the piano, and I don't think he's ever actually gotten a chance to play a piano. So am I able to like take this chance to learn how to play a piano?
It's not an actual piano. What you see in front of you is a like double like metal door almost. And on the very top, right above the door, is one of these little crystalline semicircles, like, onto the wall. You also have one at each corner, a left and right, and you also have two more about midway down on each side. So there's 5 total. And what Bo had done is he had gone up to one of these little semicircles and like tapped it, and as soon as he touched it, there was a small note resonance throughout the whole place.
I see. Then
and because of your investigation check earlier, you can see there's a section of this story where after the Shattering and all of the planes began to settle into their own space, really the first creatures that were around and able to keep materialized, for lack of a better term, were the elves. The elves were, according to this, the first race. And there was a lot of joyousness. There was a lot of tradition between them. There is a whole section of lineage here before any of the other races kind of came along. And there's a certain section where along parts of where you can see these almost more fey elf, or more fey creature than elf. Even though they are related, the fey creatures have a bit more elongated features. These elves are playing these weird looking instruments, but you can see, having your musical mind and learning how to read something like sheet music,